It's really important that on the day of your wedding, you look absolutely your best. So here with me today is Lara from Changes Salon, and on behalf of all photographers out there, thank you so much just for making all of our brides look amazing.
Thank you for having me, and I enjoy every minute of it.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So the first question I have for you is, how far in advance would you suggest that a bride start thinking about her look, her hair, her makeup for her wedding?
From the first moment she says yes.
That makes sense.
Realistically though, brides usually think about us last.
Okay.
They get all the other, the photographer, the venue picked out, the dress, and then they think, oh wow, I gotta do my hair and makeup.
So the further out, the better for you guys.
But the earlier, the better, and for a couple of reasons.
Yeah.
One, I just think it's a perfect excuse for a bride to be able to pamper themselves and to, really think about where they want to be and look for that day.
Yeah.
And so it's a great time to strategize with their hairstylist.
Perfect.
Decide how they want to wear their hair. If they know they want to wear their hair up and they have hair the length of mine, then they're going to need to grow it.
Oh, that makes sense.
If they want to make some changes to their hair color, that's a great time to do it. If they're even thinking about doing color at all, that's a great time to do it. And to just get the hair in great shape, to get it conditioned, shiny, healthy.
Perfect.
So that for the day of, they look their best.
So how far in advance would you suggest they do the actual trial run through with their stylist? And do all brides do this, or do some don't?
Most do, some do not. We have had a few brides where we just show up that day, never even meeting them.
Wow.
And it turns out good.
Yeah.
But most brides feel more comfortable doing a preview or a trial.
That makes sense to me.
I like to suggest that usually, 1 to 2 months before the wedding.
Okay.
However, it doesn't always work out that way. Some brides are from out of town, they're just coming in and we have to work around their schedule. So we have done it 6 to 8 months out, and we've also done them the week before. But ideally, I think 1 to 2 months is a great time. It gives time for us to know what we're working with. By that point, they're at the length they're going to be. So if we need to get more hair, we can get more hair.
Which, that's amazing to me, the whole idea of extensions. I don't think many guys realize that. Like the grooms, when they don't know that the bride is going to have extensions, I don't think that they realize that that's not actually the bride's hair. I mean, I've had some grooms that are just like, wow, that's amazing. Your hair looks like an extra 6 inches longer. That's awesome. Right. And that's the extent of their knowledge of it.
Yeah, and that's the way it should be. Actually, you don't want them to know that it's there.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so that's a great, that's one of the reasons why I have it that way.
Okay, so on the note of scheduling, what is your advice on the day of, as far as how do you work out the timeline for how long the stylist should be there?
I usually ask them, when is their ceremony?
Yeah.
Are they going to do a first look?
Okay.
And then I say, and then when does your photographer want you?
That's perfect.
Because you're what we're working around, really. And so you need to, we need to know when you want them, because the pictures are important.
The advice that I'd give, regardless of who you're going with for your photographer, regardless of who you're going with for hair and makeup, the advice that I give is that you have a set time at which you want to be in your dress, fully dressed. Go back a half hour from that, and that is the time that you give all of your bridesmaids to have them all in their dresses. Then go back an additional half hour from that for when you want to have all of your hair and makeup done. When it comes time for you getting on your dress, it's all about you, and everybody else is all taken care of, and it's from that point on, it's all you, and you're looking your best and everybody else is.
Yes.
Perfect, perfect. Okay, so now here's another question I have for you, is that we'll often have brides that get ready in their house. Then you also have in the hotel, and then you have in the salon. What advice would you give as far as where a bride and her bridesmaids should actually have their hair and makeup done?
It's really about what the bride envisions for that day.
Yeah.
And what they feel comfortable with.
Perfect.
So, some brides just always thought they would get ready in their home.
Which is very comfortable.
Yeah, it's and so we, you just show up with all our stuff. So, or they can come to us at the salon. So either way, it works out. It always works out good.
Well, Changes has an amazing whole upstairs section. So if you go and have your hair and makeup done there, you're isolated up in the top section, and you're able to be all together, which is just so much fun. But that way, from a photographer standpoint as well, whenever I come into a salon, I always have to find out, okay, who isn't part of the bridal party and who is not, because I don't want to have them in the photos. So having it in the salon, yours specifically, is really nice to be able to have that. It's also a perk of the hotel or the at the house, is that everyone's all together, which makes just for a fun time of getting ready.
Yeah, it does.
Which should be fun.
It should be.
Awesome, awesome. Well, so for those brides that are out there that are in the process of shopping around, looking for hair and makeup to be done, how can they find you guys?
Well, we are located in Latham on Route 9, and we also have a website, changes7835400.com, and we also have a Facebook page.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. So that's it for today. Check back soon for some more great tips. Hi. You going to block the shot again? Yep. No, okay, we're done.